InShalla and Ashe, blessings to you, my energetic beings. It is I, once again, Tonya D, holistic Sha'medium and subtle energetic surgeon, merging the indigenous technologies with the energetic fields, the centers, and a few little pathways and highways in there as well. But as we welcome the energy of Friday, December 10th, the show goes on and the stage is set. Whew! I am still in the galactic waves of emotion. I could say the ocean is beyond otherworldly. As of yet, I'm not quite ready to do an offering for my elder, Malidoma Patrice Somé. My benevolent friend, my mentor, and in this world, just a pure, so grateful. However, when I know I am ready, you'll be the very first to know as well. As for now, I'm holding space for this legend, this legacy, this power, all the things that are him, sacred, and so much more. Hearts do bleed, right? And we are in these conscious river streams that are galactic. But the energy of yesterday was one of the rabbit, a yin metal rabbit. And the energy of today, I wasn't live yesterday at all. But that rabbit energy in the metal, it's a refined rabbit energy. And metallic, deflecting, powerful. It's actually super juicy. It's this cosmic energy of spirit and of heart. Just committed to a journey into the realms of the ancestors. And quite funny, but one of my first encounters or times with Melodoma, I dreamt of rabbits. Two of them, a black and a white one, which was both interesting and curious, and he was actually in my dream vision, which that happens quite frequently for me. But the white rabbit, a blessed day for a journey to the other world. So we have a day today, actually, to take action through the sensation of our heart, pushing these thread lines and literally straightening them out in a way. So it's the motion to move, the motion of the ocean and the galaxy, life itself in motion. It's really a day to explore the narrative of our soul's biography, our prime directive, and be the light that truly shines within us. Beliefs are getting an upgrade, all of them, not just the spiritual, but also like our higher philosophy, our higher selves, our otherworldly selves. However, the spiritual narrative is in its most effervescent waves and frequency and otherworldly home of really rewriting the chapter from the Galactic Core. So you might really get an otherworldly reminder today to clear the threads of the past and tune into your spidey senses. The goddess herself, the moon, is in Pisces, our spiritual acumen, our karma of spiritual space, also the galactic karma of goodness as well. Not all karma is bad, only when we are in the broken record kind of karma. So it's time to continue the journey and not really replay the past. But today we have this young water dragon, and that's some galactic water there, and a dragon on top of it. So it's like riding the waves, my friend. Those waters are yours to be carried upon. And young water is the ocean. It's the galaxy. It's the galactic frontier. And a dragon, especially a water dragon, this could be a celestial dragon of the galaxy, a water, oceanic kind of dragon that really dwells in the bottom of the earthly sea. Different forms of the same energy, but dragons, we all have an innate dragon, right? And this dragon energy kind of winds us up. We get all wound up in our identity, and then we strut and we puff. Honestly, this energy is like proud to be known as whatever it is that you want to be known for. A parent, a child, employer, employee, the breadwinner, whatever it is, a galactic writer, anything really, whatever juice you want to pour that into. But however, when that energy is not spotlighted, lit up, it actually moves on. And you've been kind of disposed from that role. So, you might move around and feel as if your right arm's just been taken off. It's kind of like empty nesting is kind of the thing that comes to mind. That's just what happens. And when you don't do it anymore, the energy it's floating, it's adrift, it's not grounded. And this energy is also found in our solar plexus, right, in our gut. So gut issues often happen over getting our needs met. And they can become obsessive when they feel empty, just covering the emptiness, being either, you could be a shopaholic, an alcoholic, a foodaholic, any kind of a holic, really, a sexaholic, so much more. But you could also be greedy and covet whatever gets in your hands on or even your mouth around in order to calm those inner dragons. When I say mouth around, I'm thinking like of cigarettes or chewing on licorice or just chewing. I'd be grinding my teeth. But this energy really needs to be emotionally fulfilled to quiet down and feel content, the dragon. So because of the fire burning in the pit of the dragon, the stomach, the fire of the belly, if you've read that book, that's the energy that needs to be extinguished. And yeah, I do have some yummy sage going right now. Maybe I should move that. It's just flowing, but let's just go with it. So the fire in the belly that needs to be extinguished, the energy needs to be kind of content and do the work that's more fulfilling, that lights up our heart. And also it really likes to constantly have this compensation of like royalty as well. So these people that have a lot of dragon energy or dragon in the year, kind of, most people go off the year, but I kind of look at them all. But these are people who like touch the magic. They're artists, they're visionaries. They have people with galactic imagination. They dream huge. They have large appetites for both power and also for fame. And they want to kind of accumulate the best and live those high vibe life, that vibration. However, they also enjoy the material pleasures as well and all those positions that life really has to offer. And some of them can be kind of dominant and actually have a breath of fire or breathe fire when they're not happy. And at the best, this energy is can be truly content and very reasonable in their expectations. And they also have the ability to see things through to a proper conclusion, but not hungry after anything or feeling deprived. So this is a sense of being really fulfilled. Your stomach is full, your tummy is just like juicy, and you really appreciate all the good and the gooder things in life. And you realize that you aren't what you do. A lot of us wear, excuse me, we wear a variety of hats in our lifetime, and we can often segue from one to the other very easily. However, on the negative side, if you're born between the early hours of 7 and 9 a.m., I'm really not a morning person, and I know that's not early. However, if you're born during those times of the day, usually it's when we eat breakfast, when we break fast for the previous night. We're hungry. We've gone through this longest spell or the cycle of not eating. Maybe we're fasting, and we seek to nurture ourselves for the birth of the new day. So if you're born during the hours of 7 and 9 a.m., you really take your experiences into your stomach to digest them. So the dragon in the stomach meridian kind of deal with disappointment, feeling deprived, and what the energy of the Chinese would call dispossessed. When we lose a job, get a divorce, change a residence, our kids moved out, stuff like that. We generally lose our identity. In the cowrie shell divination, this is the element of earth, our identity, what we identify with. So when we lose this identity that we've actually kind of created for ourselves over an extended period of time, usually our lifetime, right? That's what we identify with that actually nurtures us. So during this time, our stomach will turn. It turns upside down, and it really doesn't deal with things very well. We put a lot of that on the back burner, if you will. Or we tend to be in excess, whether it's food or gambling or simply just going off on a shopping spree to help us forget. Shoes, maybe you go on a shoe tangent. So what it does is it helps to heal the emptiness that can seemingly never be filled up for us. So it's really important for babies that are born during these periods to really be fed when they are hungry, to have all their needs met as an infant and also as a small child. Um, Not that it doesn't really apply to everyone, really, but the dragon people, they need to have this feeling of contentment truly as babies. And they need to know that when they cry with their belly empty, someone's going to come and join and fill that up. So when babies get fed generally on a schedule, they kind of get this idea, same with animals, that they're not going to be fed again. So they just gobble up everything in sight when they are fed. So, they're also told kind of subliminally or unconsciously or subconsciously that their needs aren't going to be met, and then they kind of live a life of continued disappointment. So these are like issues with security, and this is where excesses reside, compensating for the lack that you feel consistently. So again, everybody has the dragon energy somewhere. Wherever this energy is really concentrated in our beingness, we're going to have like a hunger, a need to actualize something in our life, whether it's in the day to day or the long term. So it's actually where we seek to really be identified. And it shows where we might have addictions or obsessions. And also the people who express this energy in our day to day lives, those people are going to show us how balanced we really are in those different areas by their degree of addiction, either positive or negative. So it really is a thing to watch our own movie and see how things actually play out in the stage of our life journey. So this is an energy of fire today. It's excitement to get out the gate, an inner fire desire in the cosmic highway. So if we've actually mischanneled this energy, we have a misfire. It can become actually useless, and then we engage in a direction that isn't actually necessary. It might be an argument. So how does one use this galactic key to access this and bring in some other worldly star energy? So it really is a day to bring in our heart and allow our heart to be the lead in our stage, to literally take the lead. So if you're not in a Leo love affair, that's the heart, Leo, it's the sun, it's where we all shine. It's whatever that is, if it's not in our directive, our life purpose, that's when we have these bursts or these tangents that really have no meaning. It's a waste of that fire energy or life energy, a waste of a day to manifest a heartfelt belief. So it's also a day to take this heart, our heartfelt, our blessings and our gratitude and our belief out to the galactic core, as we are in kind of like a rocket ship, the guardian of our galaxy, or if you've read that book, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, make sure you take your towel. But it's a day for ritual. It's the manifestation is one of communication to and through the other realms. It's a day of symbology, showing the universe the language of symbols, meta symbols, and also earthy ones. It's a day to kind of stream the threads and weave the threads. So if you are, say you're going to write a book, it's really a day to take action and map out that novel. If you're going to start a podcast, it's a day to calibrate the title if you don't have one. So the universe is effervescent. It's galactic, and she's always listening, always watching. So invest wisely in your beingness and put your energy into those threads, the threads that matter the most, those streams. Energy to matter, right? That's how it takes form. So it's really a day to move, to act, and be in authentic commitment to your heart, your heartfelt beliefs. So those are the ones that we kind of act upon our heart instead, the treasures there, only taking action on what our heart authentically believes in, truly. So this authentication, which is part of the energy of nature and wood, is the key to accessing the grid. And it's also a magical day to do some feng shui in your home, your office. Time to shift the environment of your sacred space. I literally have been recalibrating my house since the new moon, the day of and after and ever since. So whatever you do, it's an otherworldly idea to play in alignment with your beliefs, the higher octave, the otherworldly, walk your talk, practice what you preach. Do you drink your grains? How often? It's really recalibration time. And if you're interested in a divination, the cosmic threading there, just reach out. I can send you the link. And just know too that when we respond to another, that's also a reaction to the response. So a cause and also an effect. So no action is an action in the cosmic highway as well. So really hold space, be in a space of responding from your heartfelt beliefs. That really is the key, to access and respond with heart. Our root center is actually activated today, so we can really bring in our juice into manifestation from our soul's harmonic, that galactic grid. Um, I always like to bring the manifestation through the channel of integrity. That's one of mine. Integrity, peace, joy. I've added love. Can't believe that to my corridor. Happiness, right? The seed sound of the day is Lam. That's grounding and survival. Be the dragon energy of having all your needs met for the greater galactic good. Be the light. Be your brilliance. I'm also offering Contomly voice, and honestly, I should just say otherworldly voice divinations as well. So if you're feeling the call to juice up the juice, I have all of this available. But today, I don't know if I've talked about Smoky Quartz before, but I think it's just a juicy one. I'm sure everyone has a Smoky Quartz somewhere, no matter how big or small it is, right? I actually have one in my divination set. But the Smoky Quartz, just a lush, it's beautiful, really. Um, you know, from the tips of it to the toes of it. It's just got these silver mists with sheer magic, and it only connects and clears through our root center, not only, but it also works through our crown as well. So it's got this deep connection with the earth, but it also carries the classic quartz family energy of being like a mega amplifier and a galactic messenger out into the universe, that grid. So it really teaches us to let go of that which doesn't serve us and help us to clearly see the pathways that we want to take. So it has a gentle energy, meaning that it really dissolves all the blocks without causing us emotional upsets. So if a deep breath was a stone, it would absolutely 100% be the Smoky Quartz. So, the color of midnight, this midnight cloud really beneath a full moon, that's the Smoky Quartz. And it seems to really capture all the enigmatic delights of the mystical and the magical and all the juice, right? But its true strength sits in the powerful grounding properties. It's ever ready to neutralize any negativity selling our way. It really is an anchor against the storm, kind of like a multivitamin of magic for our souls, which is super juicy, right? So the stone can really serve as a detox, an amplifier of positive, enigmatic energy, really even a talisman for our root center. Just looking into it, you can kind of understand how it earned its name. It's got the silver smoke-like color, and it's caused by a natural irradiation of this particular variety of quartz. So it's this fierce grounding, and it's just made up of rich earth colors, mud and clay and soil and ash. They all really mingle together. And if you understand the elementals, or if you're curious, join me for Voices of the Other World and how these elements all merge together. But it's similar with all these minglings. It's like planting a seed in the richest compost that you could ever imagine. So, just keeping one close by, you could expect your roots to truly thrive. So there's different kinds of smoky quartz out there, but I prefer just the original form, I should say. But it's just one of the world's greatest absorbers. It's a great tool, again, to have nearby to soak up the EMF smog. If you're somebody who's truly sensitive to the effects of electromagnetic smog, I would totally get a crystal to just mop that all up and leave you protected and clear from tip to toe, and your outer energetic field. And we all know, fear and anxiety has really a direct impact on our body, but this stone kind of ensures those tensions, headaches, whatever it is, that we realign our physical cells and give us some time to heal. So if you feel like you're constantly living under a storm cloud, this stone is really here to elevate our higher vibes, drowning them out, and it turns those desperate downpours into cleansing rains and invites the light of the moon to infuse our beingness with bright energy and intuitive knowledge that we are safe and we are sound. It just clears out all those cosmic old patterns and the feelings of toxicity. It does a deep clean on our healing and makes us sure that we're more in these positive frequencies, that we really have space to hum and thrive. So it's great for personal stone. The stone really wants us to thrive. It wants to encourage us to ditch situations that aren't really serving our higher purpose, especially if we're feeling like we've been displaced in the world. It's got this great healing energy for getting us to reconnect into the physical and also the spiritual places in which we inhabit. It's just a great stone for clearing all of our blockages. And it's really no surprise, it's got this rich metaphysical magic, and it really works to complete harmony, to encourage a healthy root center, to be rooted in our root. And it can also assist with our other energy centers, but definitely for our root center as well. So, if your world appears out of whack, bring in a smoky quartz. It can also, besides working with our root center to keep us protected and grounded, it's actually set up to receive an abundance of positive frequencies and vibration. And it can also creep into the energy of our solar plexus. This is a place of transformation and personal power. And we have all this wild and wonderful warrior energy as well. So if you're feeling like you need that juice and that boost, be sure to calibrate and bring that in as well. No matter how much, big or how small. But the cards of the day, the juice of the cards. Oopsie, hang on, having a little fun here. There we go. So I went with my otherworldly realm today, the Shaman Deck, my mystical Shaman Deck. But the first card I have is corn, which I think I've pulled the corn card before. So this is like the mother of sustenance. It's things being tangible, in abundance, and in flow. I use corn in some of my prescriptions, so I love this card for otherworldly manifestations, but it's symbolic of material prosperity in our physical world, in the form that actually provides us with stability and the ability also to give that quality and that joy to others. And just knowing, honestly, that there truly is more than enough to go around. I would totally hold on to that. And just know that we really have planted our own seed, a stalk, a magical field of dreams. It reminds me of that Field of Dreams movie with Kevin Costner. So we have put our energy into what we're creating, and we have been working, staying on those thread lines and working forward, even in times or moments when we might feel like we're losing faith, or, we still continue on our journey. So this energy in the spirit of the corn, because everything has a spirit, comes to honor and show us our bounty, our magnificent harvest. So this really is a time to reap the rewards of our hard work and see how far we've come and be in alignment with what we trust, whether those rewards are financial or, the kind that are measured in quality, the prosperity of quality rather than quantity, right? That is truly a blessing when the symbol appears. So, it's just saying don't forget to share your bounty and your good fortune with those around you as well. And then, oops, sorry, gal, I'm doing great today. This is hilarious. Ding, ding. And I don't know how those got out of their form there, but that's okay. Then we have the lower world, which I'm not sure if I've ever actually pulled this card before. But I'm going to be discussing the lower, the middle, and the upper world in Voices of the Otherworld. But in essence, the lower world holds a variety of hidden treasures, the many hidden treasures of humanity, and it's a place of this rich and fruitful darkness where we can find the aspects of ourselves that we've actually disowned or abandoned, parts of our innate being, our psyche. It's also a place of our ancestors. It's also where we discover our gifts and our lessons from the past. It's this realm of the collective unconscious. So here's where we can literally meet our demons, our shadows, if you will, or even meet our dragons, since we're having a dragon day, and transform them into pure energy. The power of a dragon, right? So it's like our source of our own personal essence, our own personal power. So, you know, with the energy of today and the cosmic highway and the elemental realm and these cards, the medicine for the lower world is kind of asking, you know, if we are one of those people who don't really like to face our past, you know, with Neptune being in its home sign, our past has been calling to us, and we need to just acknowledge it. We need to hear it. We need to validate it. And it needs to be embraced for what it is. And the only way to really overcome or we can become unstuck in our journey on the earth plane is to really honor everything that has transpired in our entire life, past lives included, and even future lives, and really be the mirror. I like to look in the etheric mirror and just reflect on the lessons that I've learned and also move on through that mirror. It's just a bountiful place to go, quite frankly. So if you kind of bear witness to your past and really learn the lessons, the broken record, right? The scratch, all the lessons are going to stop hunting and haunting you. So when we embrace our gifts, our spiritual gifts, or just our talents, our gifts in the physical, that's when we discover and we actually recover, recalibrate missing parts of our soul's authenticity. So yeah, especially with the Soul's Harmonic online, God Universe might open the door to some juicy stuff. And then the last card I have is Pachamama. So this is this unconditional love card that the earth herself has for all of us, whether we're a stone, a plant, a mineral, a crystal, an animal, the being seen or unseen. It's literally all the juice, the goddess of earth, often called Gaia. I'm thinking of Tingan and Timbaloo, but she pervades over all of creation, everything in the world, and honestly, I think the galaxy as well. So really, thanks to her, you know, our timelessness of our soul can really experience life in our vessel, our biological body. So we have, you know, we have joy and we also have the pain. And we have the taste, or we can taste all of this during our brief momentum on earth, but I think we take it with us when we transcend as well. So it's kind of an invitation to really discover our own boundless, boundaryless love that we could have for the earth herself, Pachamama. And we also know that we are really a child. We're all children of the earth plane, going through the school of life. So it's time that we kind of took in all the juice into consideration, whatever that looks like, whether it's being more conscious of eating healthy, loving yourself more and authentically, being in the joy. It really doesn't matter what the circumstances that we might find ourselves in, but just being in the light, being in the gratitude in our life, in our beingness, in our bodies, right? And everything that really nourishes us, our soul and also our spirit included. So this would be an invitation for us to just kind of relish like a relish tray and the delight of every essence of every personal breath we have. Embrace our joy, but also at the same time, embrace our pain just equally, and actually, you know, discover through the journey the love through both of these aspects, the pain and also the joy. So, you know, I'm just allowing her to know how much we really appreciate all of our blessings with acts of service. That service could be a ritual. It could be protecting the village. It could be helping a tree or even just planting a tree, creating a shrine, a sacred space, or an altar in the other world, or in the world itself, and so much more, whatever that is. So we really are in the juicy air today in Utah. You probably can't see, but it's snowing. So the heavens are really sending us new energy of water in the form of snow. If you've ever looked at snow under a microscope when it's frozen, it's super juicy. All the symbols in snow, love from above, right? So with the elements of the day in the root center, I realized I forgot to chat about that, but here we go. The elements of the day, we are missing the element of fire. Fire is spirit, all of the spirits. So I would like light a fire, the fire of the root center. I obviously have some, it's not really sage, it's an incense, a blend. But it's the fire of spirit, the fire of our soul. Literally light a candle. I have one on my altar just continuously going. I need to get some more of those. But we have water on the day and the month. So it really is like saying, get in the flow. When we have water hidden in the dragon and the year and also the day, it's all yin water though. And yin water to yang water is adversity. It's the negative emotions. It's unfriendliness. Usually it's enemies, people coming out of the closet, showing their true intentions, not the good kind, mind you. But the yang metal in the month is a support for our day, and the earth energy supports the metal. But there's no purpose for our water, just the hidden energy of wood in the dragon nature. So, that would tell me that the partner gives the day, the person, purpose. But fire is the element, and wood. So I would definitely, I would go to an ancestor or, yeah, visit your ancestors, maybe hold space for an ancestor in the other world. It's this energy of transformation in the elemental realms and the beings that reside there. An affirmation that I would say, maybe to get you on your way, I would make it super juicy, otherworldly, higher purpose frequency day. And just really be in alignment with your sacred heart, your higher self that you truly are, and be the beacon of light that really resides within you, and access that light through your heart, your higher heart, and move through the veil to live the story that you're born to live. So, I would affirm I am in the beacon of my beingness in alignment with my higher self. So with all of that, thanks for joining me, InShalla and Ashe. And as always, I'll see you on the other side.